Hello guys and welcome back to Ollie's on the Ball. Because the AFL trade and free agency period has just finished up, I'm going to be grading every AFL team's 2024 trade period, so based on ins and outs, the team situation, just saying if they've done well or if they've done bad, and just doing a bit of an overview out of the trade period, overview of the trade period if you've missed anything. To kick things off, Adelaide, ins Neil Bullen, Cumming and Peatling from Melbourne and GWS. Three pretty decent ins. They're not standout players, but they fit in your side and they're just good players to have. And then for outs is Elliot Himmelberg's gone to the Suns, and pick 28 and 46 have gone to Melbourne for Neil Bullen. So I'm going to give them a B+ grading, pretty good start to the video. Next team we've got is the Brisbane Lions. They're ins pick 31 and 42 from Richmond, pick 34 and 66 from Carlton, pick 27 from St Kilda. Outs Harry Sharp, pick 20 and pick 32 and 45. So only player change was Harry Sharp, which is understandable. They've just won a premiership, so their list is basically there. And they've got a really good list, just some picks, get that young talent. Although they have got a great list, they're missing Danaher's retired. Neil and Zorko are both getting on, so it wouldn't hurt to have some fresh young talents. They've already got the likes of Ashcroft and Rayner and Lohman, but draft picks help. So I reckon I'll give them a B-. Not a bad trade period, pretty solid. Next team we've got is Carlton. Ins Nick Haynes from GWS, picks 3, 63, 68, 14 and 38 from West Coast, Hawthorn and Geelong respectively. Outs pick 14 to Richmond, which they got in but then traded out. Matt Owies gone to West Coast, Matt Kennedy's gone to the Bulldogs, and pick 12 has gone to West Coast. So they're involved in two big trades, one with West Coast and one with Richmond, I think, and one with Bulldogs, Geelong, St Kilda. But they've gained Nick Haynes, draft picks, and Owies and Kennedy, both good players, but they're not their best players. So pretty decent trade period that I'm going to probably give a B. Next team is Collingwood. Ins Harry Perryman, Dan Houston from GWS, Dan Houston from Port Adelaide, and pick 58 from Port. Outs Joe Richards, John Noble, and pick 36. So you're involved in a 3-club trade with Port Adelaide and Gold Coast, so that's why Richards Noble went out and Houston come in. And then they got Harry Perryman, pretty good trade period. Dan Houston, dual All-Australian defender, so very nice addition to have. Richards and Noble, they're both probably not in the best 22, so they're not losing too much. So I'm going to grade them an A-. Next team we've got is Essendon. Ins pick 53, picks 28, 40 and 46, 56 and 65. Massive pick swap with Melbourne. Outs Jake Stringer's gone to the Giants, and pick 9 to Melbourne. Pretty quiet trade period from Essendon after a busy trade period the year before. They lose Stringer, they gain some picks. Yeah, they've probably got all the things there for a good list. They just need probably a bit of young talent, and that will probably get them on their way to finals. So I'll probably C for their trade period. Next team is Freo. In Shai Bolton and pick 14. Outs pick 10, 11 and 18. Just involved in the run. One trade with Richmond for Shai Bolton. Yeah, he's a really good asset. And wanted to come home, and now he's in Freo colours, so that would be exciting. I'm going to give their trade period a B, pretty solid. Next team, Geelong. Ins Bailey Smith and pick 45 from the Saints. Outs pick 17 and pick 38. So not too much though. They got their man who they wanted, which was Bailey Smith, which was highly speculated after doing an ACL, but when he's at his best, he's really good. It's just hopefully he doesn't do another ACL. Yeah, pretty solid trade period. basically Smith for pick 17 and then pick 45 for 38. So that's an A trade period. Gold Coast, pretty busy trade period. Inza, Rioli, Himmelberg and Noble. And a couple of picks from Richmond. And then outs are Lukosius, Atkins, pick 13, pick 6 and 23. So they lost a couple of picks, but they have got the talent there, Rao, Anderson, Flanders, so they probably just need a couple of experienced players like Rioli and Noble. So pretty good trade period that I'm going to give an A-. Next team is GWS, ins Jack Stringer, couple of compensation picks. Outs, Peatling, Cumming, Perryman and Haynes. So a few experienced players out, but Stringer, he'll be good to watch in Giants colours. Yeah, their list is there. It's just the finishing touches. So, C+ trade period. Next team is Hawthorn. Ins, Josh Battle and Tom Barras, both good key defenders. Outs, pick 14 to Carlton. Grading A+. It's a pretty solid trade period. Their defence is real good because before Sicily wasn't there, they didn't look great. So, with Barras and Battle, that will really strengthen them up. Melbourne. Ins, Tom Campbell, Harry Sharp, pick 9 and pick 28. So a couple of fringe players and a couple of picks. Outs, Alex Neil Bullen, pick 49. Picks 28, 40, 46, 54 and 65. Big pick swap with Essendon. Yeah, not a bad trade period. Pretty solid, so I'll probably give it B-. Next team is North Melbourne. Ins, Jack Darling, Caleb Daniel, Luke Parker and Jacob Constantine. So a couple of experienced players and a young player, which will really help the Roos. They won't be there forever, but get them going and hopefully off the bottom 2 of the table. And then their young talent will also be a key asset. A couple of draft picks out, but they've got most of the talent there. They just need the performance. Next team, Port Adelaide. Ins, Lukosius, Atkins, Richards. Picks 13 and 29. Outs, Houston, pick 39 and 58. Now, they've got quite a few players in. Lukosius especially will be good. But Houston, he's a big key loss for them. So even though they've probably got more than they wanted, I'm still giving them a B, given Houston, he's a massive out for them and will probably leave a bit of a hole in their defence. So yeah, B for Port Adelaide. Next team, Richmond. Ins, pick 6 and 23, pick 14, pick 20, picks 10, 11, 18. Then outs, Graham, Baker, Rioli, Shai Bolton, and pick 14. So they're really just stacking up the picks from this point of view. Like, they've just got so many picks, it's actually not even funny. And they've lost quite a few key players, so it's probably going to be a bottom of the table season and a big development year for the Tigers. Next team is St Kilda. Ins, pick 8 compensation, pick 32 and 45 and Jack McRae. And then outs, Tom Campbell, Josh Battle, pick 27 and pick 45, which they got and then got rid of. So yeah, pretty solid. Basically losing Battle, Tom Campbell, although he is a decent backup, right? Not amazing player. Battle will leave a bit of a hole. Hopefully someone like maybe a Cooper Sharman in defence can cover that spot. But McRae is a good asset and should hopefully get some midfield time. So a B- for St Kilda. Next team, Sydney. They had a very quiet trade period, which they've got the list. They just can't convert on grand final day. Ins is pick 44 from North. Outs, Luke Parker and Jacob Constantine. I don't know if he's ever made his debut, so not too much losing there. Parker, he's on the way out, so not too much. So a pretty solid B trade period, probably for Sydney. West Coast, now they had a pretty big trade period. In Owies, Baker, Graham, picks 12 and 73, out of Barras and Darling. So 2 of their experienced players, but they'll have the rebounding run of Baker. Graham will hold up the defence, and then Matt Owies will be good in the forward line. So pretty good trade period from the Eagles, and not too much to complain about. And then, yeah, so B+. And then finally got the Western Bulldogs. Ins are pick 25 from North. Pick 17 and Matt Kennedy. Outs, Daniel Smith and McRae. Now, Daniel and McRae both weren't in their best team, but Smith, he is a big loss. But Matt Kennedy should be a pretty decent player for them, and some young picks. They'll hopefully push for finals. Thanks for watching Eyes on the Ball. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Currently at about 160 subs, hoping to get 200 subs by the end of the year. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.